Boo. I am back. Okay, I know, I am aware it is not Saturday or Friday or even Sunday. It's not the weekend at all. But here I am, back with another show. On Monday, we got, usually I only have one college that I'm complaining about. Today, there's two of them. Oh, anybody that's following the Rittenhouse trial knows exactly which college I'm going after. You may notice I'm wearing a mask. Check this out. Look at this. Super breathable. Super breathable. No, Fake Mask USA is not paying for me, but I figured I'd give them a shout out anyway. Super breathable mask gets you anywhere that masks need to go, and also you get to breathe. Look at this. Look at this. Two-sided too. You can kind of see through it. And it's mesh type thing. Yeah. Good mask. Now I'm going to get rid of that thing because I hate it. It goes into my mouth the entire time I'm talking. Besides, I've kind of got a mask right here. If only that worked for school. All right. What else do we got? 2 colleges to go through. The creepiest guy on the internet. You're going to find out all about that. We got, the vaccine seems to be doing a ton of help. We're going to look at numbers in Michigan. We're going to be comparing them to last year. And, also, I've got a new thing that I'm doing. I'm going to just give this one huge shot in the dark. I've never tried this live. We're going to see how it goes. I'm Anon Don. This is the Holmes Politicast. Kind of worked. Actually, I think that worked out nicely. So if you'll notice, I've got some transitioning going on here. I am upgrading my video quality. So I also was able to put together a little doodad there. So first of all, first things first. Creepiest guy on the internet, hands down. Uh-oh, is my video frozen? I think my video is frozen. Yeah, my video is definitely frozen. Also, sorry for blowing out your eardrums there for a second. Let me see if I can, I'm gonna mess with something here real quick while I'm talking. And, yes, sorry about this. Okay. Video's back. Cool. So, creepiest guy on the internet. Here we go. First of all, do not listen. I've got an echo. Oh, no. Give me just 1 second. Let me see how this sounds on the Twitter. Okay, don't have an echo. We are good to go. Must be just the headphones. I'll turn them down a little bit here. Okay, creepiest guy on the internet. Here we go. Yeah, you can see this guy.
The kids. Parents watch the video and then hand the phone over to the young kids.
Don't do that.
Hi there. I get asked a lot, are you a boy or a girl?
No, you don't.
And I love that question. And so I wanted to just tell you, sometimes human beings are more than boy or girl. Sometimes we're something else. Sometimes we're both. Sometimes we kind of float in between, and sometimes we're a boy, sometimes we're a girl, because human beings are creatures, and we're wild and exciting. I want to talk to the kids. Parents
human
watch
beings
the video
are
and then hand the phone over to
and they are
young
wild.
Kids. Hi there.
Shut up, dude. Okay, because human beings are creatures, and they are wild and exciting. All right, this guy is a total creeper. I get asked a lot too if I'm a boy or a girl, to be honest, and quite frankly, I love that question too, because then I get to talk to the boys and girls about boys and girls being just boys or girls, This guy, probably some college professor, doesn't know that there are only boys and girls. So that's just a fun little thing to get going here on TikTok, or on, it was from TikTok. Beautiful. So here's something that I promised you I was going to go through. This is the legislation that the Republicans, I don't have enough keyframe intervals. Okay, we're lagging a little bit. Oh well. So, this is the bill that the Republicans were going to put through. Gretchen Whitmer vetoed it. She said, no, we are not going to allow Michigan voters to have a secure voting process. So, we sent it to petition, as we have to do with all of the laws that we want Governor Gretchen Whitmer to be superseded for. We want to go over Gretchen Whitmer, so she can't veto them. So it's got a lot of things. Driver's license or state personal identification card is required to, it is to register for an application for a mail-in ballot. It also makes it illegal to just send out mail-in ballots en masse. Weird thing that goes on with it, though, it also makes churches unable to donate their space here, which isn't a huge concern to me. I would rather actually, our voting process pay for the space that they're using rather than wasting money sending out ballots to every single person in the state. So this is what we've got. I've read through the entire thing. That's actually the worst thing that the Democrats can find on it, is that it stops churches from offering their building. So it seems to me to be a good ballot. I did not actually find anywhere where it is illegal to, or makes it illegal for the Secretary of State to just dismiss voter or signature verification. But hopefully we won't have that problem with thousands of ballots coming in, hundreds of thousands of ballots coming in, signature verification just being abolished. That shouldn't be a problem because it does make any sort of fraud involved in this entire process a felony. So hopefully people are a little more leery about actually going through this process illegally, sending in illegal ballots. It also something that really just has to chap the Democrats behind. It gives free state ID to anybody that cannot afford to get one. So all those people that they're saying, we can't, they can't get voter ID because they're poor and they don't have the capability. Well, that is not an issue any longer for anybody. So yeah, this is a great ballot. This is a great, what do you call it? My goodness, I cannot word tonight. My apologies. This is a great, I'm doing hand motions because I can't think of the word. But either way, sign this petition. That's it. My goodness. So I'm getting 10 of them. I'm going to get 100 signatures here on Grand Valley's campus. Send them back. Get more of them. Send them back. We're going to get this thing done just like we got the 1948 law that Whitmer used repealed. This is going to go exactly the same way. Voters are going to get it through. Democrats are going to challenge it because they absolutely hate power going back to the people. And we're going to win anyway because we did nothing. Speaking of candidates and movements that have done something, this is the second petition that Stand Up Michigan has gotten involved in, gotten signed, and gotten approved. Or this will be the second one that they've gotten approved. We've got many more to come. Many more petitions that we're going to be circulating because even Republican lawmakers, we can't count on them to be passing laws that actually the people want. Their constituents want. It's a weird thing. They say, oh, we shouldn't just pass this law because we'll get slaughtered in the media and the governor will veto it anyway. So it's like they give up before they even try. I know a lot of people are going through Twitter, through following Republicans, following everything that they're saying. We're looking at Peter Meyer very closely because he looks like a big old rhino. He ran as a Republican here in Grand Rapids, actually, and he got in there, and the first thing he does is start deriding President Trump, calling him an insurrectionist, colluding with Democrats to get major spending bills passed. Like, he is just not a great candidate. So he's at the federal level. We're looking at getting more Republicans out of the state level. And one of those Republicans, I believe, I am not 100% sure that he is actually one, but Senator John Bison. Now, he looks familiar. Like, I feel like I've seen him before, and I've looked at him, and I'm like, wow, this dude is not an actual Republican. But he's getting attacked from the Democrats, so he might be. I'm going to look more into him because, that's what I do. I follow the people that are pretending to be something that they are not. The media, pretending to be actual news. Politicians that pretend to be politicians and pretend to be for the people. But, so actually this requires some lead in to fully expound on. So I came across this because, let me pull up the tweet here, because Dana Nessel just hit the nail right on the head. She is just such a great politician that she knows just what to do to deflect. Here it is. So I'm just going to pull this up here. So Dana Nessel, me waiting to see if senator charged with assault elicits even a fraction of the coverage and outrage as AG gets drunk at football game did. Now, one thing that AG Dana Nessel doesn't realize is that the coverage came from the people of Michigan, many of whom I follow. I follow a lot of regular people, right? And a lot of those regular people, not the news media, not politicians, a lot of those regular people saw her being wheeled out of the Michigan State game, drunk off her hindquarters, talking about giving people Roman showers, which is disgusting. Please don't Google that. You will get in trouble. So this was a problem with a lot of the people of Michigan. Most of the news media didn't care. The news media was actually playing it down. So Dana Nessel is mad at the people of Michigan for not liking her actions. And if you can't see, if you're listening here just on the podcast, it is what is that girl from Hey Arnold? The one with the pigtails out to the sides. It's that girl. And she's just sitting in a chair, drumming her fingers. So Dana Nessel is extremely angry that the people of Michigan noticed that she got wasted and did not approve of their top law enforcement agent in the state conducting herself like that in public. Now, that's understandable, I guess. I understand why she's angry. I don't agree with her. And I certainly don't agree with this headline or this coverage and outrage thing, but that's Dana Nessel deflecting, making sure that people look at a Republican instead of her. So this may have happened and it may not have happened. But we're going to go through the article and we're going to read all about Senator John Bison. Here we go. So from Lansing State Journal, Marshall, Michigan. Not, if your name's Marshall, my apologies. It's Marshall, Michigan. Michigan State. That was a bad joke. Sorry. Just let's move on. Michigan State Senator John Bison faces misdemeanor assault charges after a nurse practitioner with Oakland Medical Group accused him of inappropriately touching her. Bison, a Republican from Battle Creek, represents Calhoun, Berry, and Ionia counties in the Michigan Senate. He was first elected to the Senate in 2018 after serving 4 years in the Michigan House of Representatives for Michigan's 62nd District. The incident in question occurred on August 14th, 2021. August, September, October, November. 4 months ago? Why is it just coming out now? Oh well. Must be, it can't be, this timing, it can't possibly be to take the heat off of Dana Nessel. That's just impossible. Why would the media and a Democrat politician collude like that? That's just Stop it, Republicans. Go back to your basements with your tinfoil hats. Come on. That's ridiculous. Bison's attorney, Martin Crandall, declined to comment. Bison is scheduled for arraignment on January 19th, 2022, according to court documents. Arraignment? Was he arrested? Well, I guess he would be. At least I think he would be. The nurse, a 52-year-old woman, said Bison touched her inappropriately while she was going over medications with him in the exam room. Now, this, you know what, we're just going to go through, and then I'll make comments. Bison was the woman's second or third patient of the day, according to the report. He identified himself as John Bison and described his symptoms, and the nurse practitioner recommended an over-the-counter medication for him. According to the report, Bison told the nurse practitioner he didn't understand her medication recommendations, so she pulled up a picture on her laptop to explain. Bison was sitting on the exam table. The nurse practitioner told police that while she was explaining the medication, Bison put his right arm around her, placed his right hand on her waist, and pulled her toward his body. Bison then squeezed her waist with his right hand and told her he was an otolaryngologist. Oh my goodness. I'm not going to try and read that word again. You can laugh at me. That's a ridiculous. Okay, so, or an ear, nose, and throat doctor, according to the report. Bison had, oh gosh, here's this word again. Bison had an otolaryngologist practice. I'm slaughtering that. In Battle Creek until 2019, when he and his partner, Dr. William Schaaf, closed the office after a ransomware attack. The nurse practitioner did not tell Bison no or stop when he grabbed her because she was shocked by the incident, according to their police report. Bison then asked the nurse practitioner to order a specific medication for him, according to the police report. She refused, and Bison questioned her. The nurse practitioner told him that what he requested was not a medication for his diagnosis. He then questioned her decision and said he was disappointed in her, according to the report. The nurse practitioner said Bison was visibly angry. He got off the exam table and said he was disappointed in her several times as he walked down the hallway and left the building. The nurse practitioner then told the medical assistant at Oak Lawn what had happened with Bison. The medical assistant told the nurse practitioner that Bison had touched her too and made inappropriate comments while she was taking his vitals during the same visit, according to police report. In an interview with police, the medical assistant said the senator grabbed her arm and told her his blood pressure was up because she was in the room. How much of this do we have left? Oh, just a couple more. Okay. The nurse practitioner filed a report with the Oak Lawn about the incident on August 15th. When she had not heard back about the report by August 17th, she contacted Oak Lawn's Human Resource Department and was told to call the police. Court records show that the case was reassigned from Calhoun County Prosecutor's Office to the Berry County Prosecutor's Office last month. Bison will be tried for a misdemeanor, according to the prosecutor. Regardless of who he is, we plan to just treat it like we would any other case, said Barry County Prosecutor Julie Nakfor Pratt. In the Senate, Bizon chairs the Families, Seniors, and Veterans Committees and serves on the Energy and Technology Committee, Health Policy and Human Services Committee, and Oversight Committee. As member of the Appropriations Committee, he chairs the Corrections and Judiciary Subcommittee. Bizon is a member of the subcommittees on Community Health and Human Services, Natural Resources and Environment, Great Lakes and Energy, and Universities and Community Colleges. Bizon also has served in several medical leadership roles, including the president of Michigan State Medical Society in 2012. All right, so a lot of these things strike me as odd. The 52-year-old lady getting hit on, generally, like he couldn't find somebody young, like a big powerful men. They can usually find younger women to hit on. I don't know. Maybe he went after maybe he's a cougar. I don't know. Maybe he likes the old ladies. Second, if he's looking for drugs, if he's addicted, like, let me put it this way. If he's addicted to drugs, he knows where to get them. I just find it hard to believe that he's at a random medical place with random people looking for illegal drugs. Politicians are dumb. I don't think they're that dumb, though. So, and again, it's been 4 months. Why is the Lansing State Journal just releasing it now? Once Attorney General Dana Nessel is under heat. You can answer all these questions however you want. I don't trust the press, so I answer them in a very specific way. Namely, like, the press is probably helping the Democrat, which I know we've never seen that before. It's crazy, totally unprecedented, but there we have it. The proof of the pudding is in the tasting. The proof is not in the pudding. The proof of the pudding is in the tasting. Yes, you have probably gotten that saying wrong. I have before too, but that's how it goes. All right, next, look at this lady. Look at this strapping young lass that is just, I don't know. Senator Bizon's probably hitting on her too. All right. Crane's Detroit business selected Grand Valley State University president Philomena V. Mantella as one of Craig's 2021 most influential women. So that's where we're starting. This is the first college that I had lined up for a little bit deeper scrutiny. So first off, we find that Crane's special project editor, Amy Elliott Bragg, noted, "We picked President Mantella because she is one of the very few women in Michigan in top leadership role at a major university, and GVSU has expanded and grown in prominence under her leadership." So, expanded and grown in prominence. What that means is that Grand Valley has more influence. What it sounds like is Grand Valley is growing and doing very well, right? So you can read the letter here. Biggest career win. It's not really a career win. She was appointed by what was it? The board, the college board, who are all appointed by the governor, so not really a big career win. She just knows the right people, as always. Power metrics. Oh, okay, so President Mantella is responsible for 24,000 students, 3,000 faculty and staff members, and a budget of $400 million. Well, obviously, she doesn't manage all of that. She doesn't even talk to anybody. So, I mean, yeah, I guess you can say she manages them, but seems to me like there's a lot more dictating from above and just expecting everybody to come with it. Now, there's an interesting article here that I'm going to bring up in relation to this, but we'll continue. Community connections. Mantella serves on the boards of Spectrum Health System. Oh, she serves on the boards of Spectrum Health System, does she? The Citizens Research Council. Oh. Grand Action 2.0 and the Michigan Education Trust and others. So the fact that she's in bed with Spectrum Health, just ignore that. We'll just move right on past it. Specific skill. So this is such an interesting specific skill. Understanding shifting winds and markets, seeing opportunities and executing on them. Yes, that is why she was picked as one of 100 of Michigan's top most influential women. Because she understands shifting winds and markets, seeing opportunities and executing on them. So insightful. Okay. Something recently learned. Oh, this is something. Whoa. Oh, okay, so I laughed a little bit about this. So, something recently learned. You cannot over-communicate, she said. Communicate intent and presume positive intent of others. Now, I like that she wants us to assume positive intent of her. That's not self-serving at all. But the fact that she said you cannot over-communicate, I agree, President Mantella. So please, communicate more with your student body. Please talk to them. Maybe a couple of them, the ones that, disagree with your mandates and, the masks and all that stuff going on campus. Maybe some of your staff that disagree with you. I've talked with some of them. I'm not going to out them here on the show because we know how that goes. They get purged. But maybe some of your staff and some of your students that do not agree with you. Maybe we could have an open town hall or something. Because you can't over-communicate, and you've got to presume our positive intent. I've shown no malice towards you, I don't think. Granted, I do not always conduct myself in the most positive way. I will freely admit that. But I've shown no malicious intent towards you, so please, President Mantella, assume my positive intent and communicate with some of your students. We'll see how well that goes. Biggest career influence. Her dad was a self-made man, and he only graduated 8th grade. Okay. So her dad eventually became the vice president of sales in the Northeast for Molson Brewery. So, yeah. That's Crane's Detroit business lady. Top 100 most influential women. Interesting article, though. Oh, no. I didn't have it lined up. My apologies, my friends. I will get this article up in just a second. Oh, whoops. I wanted to go to my page. Let me find it. It's not too far back. It was MLive. They just had this report. Oh, here it is. Okay. Oh, of course. We're going to have to read it in the comments. Fun times. All right. Here we go. I'm not going to read this whole thing. We're just going to go through a little bit of it because basically I don't want to. So this article, if you can see it, MLive reporting. The headline is Grand Valley State University reports largest enrollment decline in a decade. Okay. So it's the college is growing in influence. Maybe it's not necessarily growing, though. So, a little bit of a twisted headline there from Cranes. Not surprising. Here we go. Over the last 10 years, GVSU saw a mostly steady incline in students enrolling, followed by a steady decline, according to annual enrollment reports available on GVSU website. Between 2009 and 2016, GVSU enrollment increased steadily each year, with the exception of 2012 and 2013 semesters, when enrollment went down slightly. The university saw a peak enrollment of 25,460 students in the fall 2006 semester. So in 2016, we had 25,460 students. We now have... there's one. We now have 22,406. So that's 3,000 less students. Which, don't get me wrong, the college actually losing students, less students coming to a college, I think that's a good thing. I think that is actually a great thing. Because not everybody belongs at college, to be quite honest. Well, I mean, let's be honest. College is basically just now trade school with indoctrination attached to it. I mean, you go to get trained for a job, which is a trade school, and you've got a bunch of extra classes that you have to pay for in order to get the prestige of a university. So while they're training you for a job at a higher price in order to charge you for all these classes that you don't need, you could just go to a trade school and get trained for the job that you need, in most cases. Now, there are some exceptions. I struggle to think of the exceptions that, because here historically how colleges have worked is they're places of higher learning, higher education. You study abstract things. You talk about all the different aspects of a given field. You don't exclude anything that could be relevant, right? Unfortunately, on our college campuses, we exclude just about everything that has anything to do with the right being acceptable at all. So, I mean, yeah, it's basically just an indoctrination camp for adults where you go, you get a fancy degree, you can hang it on your wall, and you can say, oh, hey, look, I went to this prestigious university. It doesn't really do anything for your brain. It doesn't make you a smarter person. It doesn't actually even make you more. It doesn't make you more articulate. It doesn't make you better at writing anything. I mean, I know some great writers, Matt Walsh, Jeremy Boring, that have not gone to college. In fact, most reporters used to not go to college, and you see the state of reporting now that they all go through colleges. So I think colleges are a net detriment to our society. And anyone who disagrees with me is more than welcome to come on the show and discuss it with me. I am always happy to discuss that. But I'm not saying that the decline of the college is good, or the decline of the college is bad. I think it's good. But I do question the 100 most influential women. And that's a lot of women for just one state. I don't know who the other people were, but I just question. And then I question more when I find that Michigan State graduate is just awful at prosecuting. So Michigan State Law School graduate, let me think. Thomas Binger, that's it. So if you haven't been following this case, which, let's be honest, nobody on the left is, because they are just furious with how this case is going. But Thomas Binger, the prosecutor in the Kyle Rittenhouse trial, you can see there the headline, or the byline underneath it. So, I'm just going to let the judge speak for it. I'm just going to also look at this. So, MTMJ TV, Milwaukee, Thomas Binger, and James Krause, prosecutors in trial of Kyle Rittenhouse. So, the lead prosecutor against Kyle Rittenhouse is Thomas Binger, a Kenosha County Assistant District Attorney. He graduated from the University of Michigan with a law degree in 1996. Well, after you hear what this judge has to say, you may be of the opinion, too, that he should go back to University of Michigan and ask for his money back. Here we go.
I am making the point that after hearing everything in the case, now he's tailoring his story to what has already been introduced.
The problem is, this is a grave constitutional violation for you to talk about the defendant's silence. And that is, and you're right. You're right on the borderline, and you may be over, but it better stop.
Understood.
This is
So, grave constitutional violation. What he was doing was he was commenting on the fact that Kyle Rittenhouse did not talk to police, which, as a prosecutor, you're not allowed to bring up. That is not a thing that you are allowed to bring up. That is, so what the judge was kind of dancing around there, I'm sure, is you are right over the line for a mistrial, at which the defendant, his attorneys have asked for a determination of a mistrial with prejudice so that the charges cannot be brought again. Now, I think closing arguments were made today. I have not watched them, but I'm sure we will all find out tomorrow or the next. I don't know how long it's going to take. Maybe I'll listen to a couple podcasts later, tomorrow or something, find out how long it's going to be before we actually find out what happens in this trial. But regardless, this is the state of, colleges. You go to University of Michigan to get a law degree, and they really just give you a rainbow wig and a red nose that squeaks, and you end up be clowning yourself in front of a judge. The judge actually later goes on. Let's see if I can find. Oh, don't get brazen with me. This judge is just
quarterly income from underlying stocks through Yield Street structure.
He's not having it. He's not having it with this attorney.
Occasions during this trial where they've opened the door.
There it is.
The one time when they're going into Mr. Rosenbaum's prior, the reason he doesn't like guns, and I said something, I whispered in Mr. Krause's ear, it's because of the prior convictions. Please stop, and he did. He knows if you're going to go into something that's been excluded in a pretrial order, you better ask the court, you better get permission. This is ridiculous.
It wasn't excluded, Your Honor.
So the judge, actually,
why it was excluded in the first
there we
place,
go.
because it was
The judge excluded
evidence. That is exactly
evidence
what
from being
904 is designed to prevent.
brought forward.
You're talking about his attitudes. His attitude is he wants to shoot people. Now, I've admitted that kind of evidence in other trials when it's been appropriate. I didn't admit it in this case because, to me, what I've heard in this trial, and by the way, Mr. Richards absolutely correctly points out that just hours ago, I said I had heard nothing in this trial to change any of my rulings. So why?
Testimony, Your Honor.
Pardon me?
That was before the defense
Don't
testimony.
get brazen with me. You knew very well. You know very well that an attorney can't go into these types of areas when the judge has already ruled without asking outside the presence of the jury to do so. So don't give me that. That's number one. Number two.
So as you can see, or as you can hear maybe, this judge is having a hard time keeping an even keel with this guy. This is an experienced prosecutor. He should know better than all of these things. Obviously, it doesn't matter. He's brought forward a trial that shouldn't be going through anyway. He's trying to prosecute somebody for obvious self-defense. If you haven't watched the videos, if you haven't seen any of that, I don't have time to go through all of that in my show because I do it once a week. You can go. Matt Walsh does a great job of covering the entire thing. He shows all the video. Apparently, the FBI had drones out there, like videotaping everything. So I'm excited to see all the convictions for the BLM rioters that are going to be coming down from the Kenosha riots, because we've had this public show trial going on for a year now, and the FBI has video evidence of everybody that put a torch to a building. So we'll see where the privilege lies very soon as the DOJ starts bringing charges against all those BLM rioters, right? Yeah, because BLM is certainly going to be prosecuted. Now, Craig Mauger with the Detroit News, I just canceled my subscription to them because I am so done. Well, I mean, for one, I'm poor. I'm a college student, and watching my bank account go down very quickly is making me nervous. But for another thing, I am so tired of them just... Like, Craig Mauger, he does an okay job, but he refuses to go against anything that the left demands to be true. And a couple of those things, rioters in Kenosha, he calls the January 6th insurrection. You know what, I'm just tired of the media using their language to try and manipulate their people. Yeah, they're not outright lying about something that happened. They're just changing the language. They're calling it something else, so that they can manipulate you into being more upset than you should be. Now, Craig Mauger, he actually accidentally points something out. I don't know if he meant to do this. I don't know if actually he's kind of jaded with all this COVID-19 stuff, but he sends out this tweet. The number of adults hospitalized with hashtag COVID-19 in Michigan continues to increase. Today, it nearly matches the tally from exactly 1 year ago. Story with @Sarah Rahal. So, what he doesn't say is what is different last year, or what is different this year than last year. Now, total hospitalized adults, total is 2,728. Adults confirmed positive COVID, 2,573. So that's for this year. Let's see. Adults confirmed positive COVID, 2,566. So it's looking like, they're pretty close. Like, we have a vaccine, and Gretchen Whitmer tells me in one of her latest tweets that let's see what Gretchen Whitmer, she just tweeted that a bunch of people, I think over 70% of adults, let's see. Yeah, there it is. Over 70% of... I am proud to share that Michigan hit an important milestone. 70% of eligible people 16 and over have received at least one dose of the safe, effective COVID-19 vaccine. Well, Governor Whitmer, if it's effective, why are so many people still in the hospital? Now, I'm sure she'll answer me just as quickly as President Mantella does about, why our entire university is vaccinated and we've still got mask mandates, and why the vaccine somehow protects other people, and why I'm being punished for not protecting myself when I shouldn't be a danger to everybody else if they're all vaccinated, right? Because the vaccine works, it's safe, it's effective. That's what I keep on being told, but I'm still a danger to everybody else. So I've got to be punished, and so I will be. Now, obviously, I'm not expecting an answer from Gretchen Whitmer. I do expect one from our president. She talks about, assuming that people have good motives. So maybe she could put that into action and show her student body that she's willing to talk in an open town hall. Now, one more thing before I go. I know I've kept you long. Oh no, this is just a picture of Dana Nessel. Super plastered. That was talked about earlier. She mentions that, I was sad that my friend just died and she can't tell me what to do about this, and now I'm super sad, and made a lot of bloviating gesturing, and now she's turning to deflection, as you saw earlier in the show. We'll see how well that goes for her. I know we have got elections coming up in a year. 1 year from now, my friends, elections are coming up. Also, if you are on, no, not if you are on, if you are a student or you care about the plight of students in our state, or you care about the, sorry, I'm looking for something. If you care about what's going on with colleges, with universities, you don't want them to control you. You don't want them to be controlling your children, stuffing drugs into them, mandating that they do all these things. If that is you, the Never Again Tour, student-led medical freedom event, is going on in Lansing this Saturday, November 20th, from 2:30 to 5:30. We've got featured speakers Cam Higbee, I have no idea who that is. Donald Eason, no idea. Ryan Kelly, I know who that is. I know who Ryan Kelly is. He is candidate for governor. I'm going to try and get a talk with him. These other people I don't know. But, yeah, come out, please. Please support your college students because they're not supporting themselves. They're not, they don't even really seem to understand that, like, it's difficult to be in an atmosphere where people don't recognize tyranny when it's forcing a mask on you and forcing drugs into you. It's an unfortunate thing that we've got going on. And I mean, quite frankly, parents should just be standing up and pulling their children out. They should just say, I'm not giving money to that university. I'm not going to do it. But they are, because, well, I'm not going to assume. I'm not going to assume why parents are still willing to give the college their money, any money at all. But I know that, you know, a lot of students are, I mean, they're counting on this. My wife can't just drop out. You know, she's got 3 years into her medical degree, and she can't just leave. Like, that's a lot of wasted money. She would have if they'd absolutely forced us to get the vaccine, I think, as I would have. But I'm 4 years into my teaching degree. Or 3 years into my teaching degree. I can't just drop it. I've wasted a lot of money on this. I want to get to where I need to be. The government mandates that I go through this place to be able to teach in the failing public schools, and so I've got to come to this place to learn how to be a failing teacher. So please come out and support the people that are trying to change the world and can't really upset the university too much. You know, if you're a parent, please come out and support us. If you're a student, come out. I know it's a long drive. It's in Lansing, you know, but this is important. If we don't stand up to tyranny now, when will we? All right, that is the show for this week. Thank you guys all for listening, for watching. Remember to check out Fake Mask USA. They work wherever masks are required. They work especially well if you don't have a mustache and a beard. My beard mustache kind of poked through some of the netting, so they're 100% compliant for anybody that's trying to say, oh, it's not a real mask, I'm going to kick you out of college. It is a real mask. It is just as effective as any other mask. So check out Fake Mask USA. Get yours today, and I will see you next week. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I am Anon Don, and this is the Holmes Politicast. I've got a closer too. Let's see if I can. I don't know why it went twice. Awesome. It worked though. See you guys.